Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to do a bit of an extended live stream. Today we are going to go and play the current event, the Pokémon Concierge Event, which is actually a super cool event, and we'll get into that. But also at 6 PM till 7 PM, as always on a Tuesday, we have Trubbish Spotlight Hour. So really nice spotlight hour, and that is for a specific reason, which we'll delve into in just a moment when we get there. Oh my god, what's good? Hey up YT Slams, how are you, Kiki? Hopefully you're doing okay, both of you. But yeah, first of all, we are going to be doing the next 25 minutes playing. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, so for the next 25 minutes, we're going to be playing the newest event that's happened on the game, which is the Pokémon Concierge Event. And we get to see this little guy. Look at that costume. It looks so cool. A Rubber Ring Psyduck. Looks so cool as a costume. It's probably my favourite costume ever, I would say. I don't know. Of course, Gengar's had costumes, so excluding Gengar's, everything other than Gengar, it's probably up there as one of my favourite ever in terms of costumes. It is so cute, and it has an increased chance of being shiny. There is 2 different research tasks you can also find, which you can find him on, and those research tasks are win a raid, which if you get that one, you will get not just a Psyduck with a rubber ring, but it has a background with it, which is super cool. I'll show you a background Psyduck in just a moment. But the background is very cool for this Pokemon Concierge Event. And it's only Psyduck which can have that background during this event. All the other Pokemon can't obtain that background, but it is only available from certain research tasks. And those research tasks on Pokestop are win a raid, feed your buddy. Okay, YT, I will do. I'm getting told off here for not feeding me buddy. So let's feed the buddy now. So yeah, I've already done my snapshots as well today, but if you haven't already, you get 3 special snapshots today, and you get the people or the characters from the Pokemon Concierge Netflix series appear on the snapshots, which is a super cool thing. And you may get counters with the likes of Spheal. You may also get Spheal's evolved form, should I say. You may also get encounters with the likes of Arcanine and also that Psyduck, so keep an eye out for that. But let's get spinning these Pokestops. Kiki says, when the Gigantamax comes out, can you send me an invite? The Gigantamax of which Pokemon? Which Gigantamax do you mean, Kiki, in particular? So none of these are any good research tasks. We're going to see if we can find any of those event ones. But yeah, the special background for the Psyduck, I wanted to show you this before. Let's just have a quick look. So if we go special background, so we can scroll down here, special background and recent, you can see here, this is the special background for this event, and it is only available on those win a raid tasks, and you get 1 special background Psyduck from the event tabs page. So you'll see a free research on the events tab page. That will be there for the remainder of this event. But that gives you this amazing looking Psyduck with that special background. It's almost wallpaper sort of background. It is very cool. But yeah, I managed to get an extra large with a background, which was super cool. That was from that events tab research. Trubbish is evolved, so you mean Garbodor? Yeah, that will get a Gigantamax at some stage. When that will be, I'm not too sure, but when he does get released, I will be sure to send you invites. That's for certain. You'll probably end up getting a Shundo, don't you? Normally you do, from the invites I send you. I've been lucky on a couple of occasions. Yep, Kiki knows it. So we've got Jangamo off that research task. So the other research tasks that you need to keep an eye out for as well during this event, if you want Psyduck wearing the rubber ring, we've already mentioned Winner Raid is the one that gives you the background Psyduck wearing that rubber ring. But if you want, or you don't mind it having a background, there is another quest to keep an eye out for. It's another event tabs quest. Octobacks in the wild, that's a random spawn. But the task is take 3 snapshots of wild Pokemon. That will give you the Psyduck wearing the rubber ring, but not with the background. So those are the 2 tasks you need to be keeping an eye out for from Pokestops this event. Take 3 snapshots of wild Pokemon and then win a raid. So keep an eye out for those tasks. One will give you the background Psyduck, and one will just give you the Psyduck wearing the costume. So keep an eye out for those. So that is what we are hunting for in these first 20 minutes before the Spotlight Hour starts. And of course we can pick up some research tasks along the way after the Spotlight Hour starts as well. Well, let's check what all these are down this way. Aerodactyl. Now yesterday on the live stream, if anybody is in the channel who watched me yesterday during the Max Monday live stream featuring Trubbish again, we actually come across a 2500 CP Aerodactyl, like we've just done there, but it was a bit higher CP than that one we've just encountered. That was 1500. Yesterday we encountered a 2500 CP Aerodactyl in the wild, which was quite a high CP for an Aerodactyl. I didn't realise until after I got home it was actually a hundo. So we managed to get a hundo on the live stream yesterday, and I never realised until after the live stream finished. So super cool hundo, and of course it does have a mega form, which is very useful. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. It was a very nice surprise to get home to, that's for sure. Catch 10 Pokemon. These are non-event Catch 10 Pokemon. The event ones won't give you the Psyduck, but we will give you Pokemon that was featured in that Pokémon Concierge series. Nice Skidoo here as well. Now I'm going to be a little bit careful on catching all the Pokemon that we see around here, because these will change into Trubbish at the turn of 6 PM, and I want to try and save the Trubbish spawns. We can check them to see if they're shiny, but I want to try and save the Trubbish spawns, and that is for good reason, because tonight the Spotlight Hour is not only Trubbish, but we also have an additional bonus like we do every Spotlight Hour. And tonight's bonus is two times catch Stardust. Now, for those who already know, for those who perhaps have looked at the Stardust calculator before, you may have already seen that Trubbish is already a boosted Stardust Pokemon. It normally gives out 750 Stardust anyway, bearing in mind that the normal average Pokemon only gives 100 normally. Trubbish gives you 750 Stardust anyway. Then you can times that by 2 because of the Spotlight Hour bonus for 2 times catch Stardust. So that's 1,500, and then you can add another 50% onto that because of using a star piece. So again, it's going to be around about 2,250 Stardust during that hour. So it's going to be a ridiculous amount of Stardust available up for grabs during Spotlight Hour tonight. So that is why we're only going to be catching... I need to go out for Spotlight Hour, see you. Okay, Kiki, no worries. But yeah, that is why we're only going to be catching Psyducks leading up to that Spotlight Hour. And we've got a Psyduck here without a costume, which is a little bit annoying. Hey Jonathan, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So, event tasks. We haven't got any event tasks. Let's get rid of these ones and see if any event tasks are around here. showcase. Can we add on? No, we can't. We've already added on 3 by the looks of it. So we've got Mega Evolve a Pokemon. Now, if we type in Mega 1, we should be able to Mega Evolve one of these for free. There we go. So let's get that task complete. Yeah, I'm good, Jonathan. Thanks very much. And Mega level has gone up as well with Mega Ardeno there. So that's a really easy rare candy to obtain. And we'll catch that Skidoo because I'm lacking in a Hundo Skidoo. It's quite a recent wild spawn we've added to the wild pool since the Go Fest where it got featured. Now, my phone's done that thing where the rotation is just glitched. It won't rotate around. If that ever happens to you, don't feel the urge to close down your game and reopen it. Just go onto your buddy, click play, and run away, and it fixes it. I can now rotate the screen around. So, really quick and easy way. I randomly found that out one day. But yeah, I see so many people when their screen freezes up, they close down the game, reopen it, and it takes sometimes forever to open up the game again. So yeah, just click on your buddy, interact with your buddy, run away just as I've done, and you should gain full gameplay back and be able to spin around and everything as normal. So a little bit of a helpful tip there for you. Right, let's keep an eye out on these event tasks. We've got catch 10 Pokemon. We'll keep that in for now, because of course we are going to be catching Pokemon during Trubbish Spotlight Hour. And is there any Psyducks about on the nearby? The Psyduck with a rubber ring is what we're wanting. So there's quite a few more Pokestops down here. Now, the tasks for Psyduck, as we mentioned before, win a raid gets you that background Psyduck. And then we also got take 3 snapshots of wild Pokemon. Those 2 tasks seem very, very rare in the wild. So if you're in a community, make sure to try and remember whereabouts you got your tasks. In our Discord group, in our local community, we've actually started taking screenshots of the Pokestop that gives out a decent task, i.e. a Psyduck task, and actually posting it on the Discord group just to help other people find out where they are, so you don't have to spend all day trying to search for them. If somebody comes across one, we just take a screenshot of a Pokestop and post it into that group. So again, try and do that to help your friends out who may live close to you. Hey Ali, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. So we've got a couple more stops down here. So has anybody in the comments managed to get a shiny Psyduck with a rubber ring yet? Have we had any shiny so far today of that special costume Pokemon? Ali Mo says hi. Hey Ali Mo, how are you today? So again, we've got catch 10 Pokemon and evolve a Pokemon. Now we can quickly get rid of that evolve a Pokemon. Go on to that clear out. Gothafita, that'll do. And let's evolve that. Ali Mo says friendship. Does that mean you would like to be friends? i.e. you would like my trainer code, or are we already friends? I'm not too sure. I lose track of how many friends I've got on this game, or who I've got as a friend on this game. It's ridiculous when you get over 400, trying to keep tabs on who's who. So yeah, let me know if you do want to add me on the game. I'll put my trainer code up on the screen. You can take a screenshot of it and you can add me anytime you wish, or add me and let me know in the comments that you've added me, and I will gladly accept while we are on the live stream. So what have we researched around here? Catch 7 different species of Pokemon. That's going to be difficult when it turns Trubbish Spotlight Hour, because all we'll see mainly is Trubbish. Hatch an egg. When is the next egg going to hatch? Not anytime soon. That can go in the bin. We then have what is that one? Win a raid. Now that is the research task we want, because that is the background at Psyduck. So we are going to keep that. We're going to try and stack a few of those up if we can, to try and get more of those. And of course, if we don't find any more today, we can always try and find some tomorrow, because of course tomorrow is raid hour. So Palkia Origin Form will be on raids tomorrow for what's going to be an extended raid hour, because he messed up last week's raid hour. So it's going to be 5 till 7 instead of a normal 6 till 7 tomorrow raid hour. So if you do want to add me on the game, I will stick my trainer code up on the screen now. Please make sure to take a screenshot of that, write it down, or you can literally just pause the video and then skip back to where we are live after you've sent me an invite. So make sure to add me if you wish, and I will accept you while we are live. So got a couple more research tasks around here. We've got another catch 10 Pokemon, which we'll get rid of for now. And then we've got catch 7 different species of Pokemon as well. So not brilliant tasks. And again, seems very few and far between me Psyduck tasks. All the stops we've spun coming down here, and we've only managed to find 1. Now, lucky for us, that is 1 with a background, but still, it's not brilliant odds in finding them by the looks of it. So we've got a decision to make now. We can sit around here for a couple of minutes while the spotlight hour is about to start at 6 PM. This normally becomes a really good spawn spot, so we might do that. And in that time, we might as well take over, or should I say defeat, this Dynamax Wooloo. So we're just going to jump in and go for whatever's recommended, really. Go for Zacian this time. And again, level 1 Dynamax, super easy to take down. Of course, we did Dynamax Trubbish yesterday for the Max Monday. And now we've got a few more free particles left over today, so we might as well do this as we're waiting for Trubbish to again feature on another event this week, and that is Spotlight Hour. Can we get to a move before having to Dynamax? It doesn't look like it. Although Zacian doesn't really Dynamax, it just stays exactly the same size. So Behemoth Blade straight away takes down Dynamax Wooloo. And there's not much in terms of level 1 Dynamax that one of those charge moves won't take down. Ali sent me a friendship request. Thanks very much for that. 389 Wooloo. I don't know if that's any good or not. We'll have a quick check before the Spotlight Hour. Let's have a look and see. It's not too bad. We've had a bit better than that, I think, in terms of Dynamax Wooloo. Let's just have a quick look. So Dynamax and Wooloo. And yeah, 397 is the best Dynamax Wooloo that we've had. So that 389, in all fairness, can end up going to the Professor, being ground up for candies. I think we've spun that stop already. Yes, it was. Was the one that gave the 7 different species of Pokemon. So we've got a couple more minutes until the Spotlight Hour starts. So let's just clear out some of the Pokemon we've caught beforehand. We'll leave any extra large or extra small just to sort those out. And then let's have a quick look and see what we've managed to get today. Now, I've been very, very lucky at the start of this event. The second Psyduck that I clicked on in the wild was a shiny. Super, super lucky. It's definitely boosted. I would say it's 1 in 64 for the shiny Psyduck. I haven't managed to get one with the background yet. Like I say, that's only available from that events research. So if you're on the events tab on your game, if you scroll down to the bottom, so if you go across here, scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a Psyduck research here. Now, I haven't got it because I've already completed it, but if you haven't yet completed it, you will see it pop up there. Let's just claim these while we're here. So the first Psyduck that I managed to get today, or the second one I clicked on, was a shiny one. And then about 2 or 3 more clicks later, I was again very, very lucky in getting a second one. So both of them aren't very good in terms of stats, but still, to get this costume shiny is super, super lucky. And I'm very, very happy. When it first got announced, I was really wanting it to be a high shiny odds shiny, so we didn't have to go really crazy and trying to hunt for it. And luckily for us, it is 1 in 64. So you can hopefully pick yourself up one of these pretty easily if you play the game quite a bit this week. You can hopefully pick up one of these in next to no time, really. But of course, it is just a case of getting out there and trying to find those spawns and those quests. You may even get lucky by getting a shine on that events research. Now, there is also a special research that you can buy from the shop, which is this ticket down here, the Beachside Premium Timed Research Ticket. That also gives you additional encounters with Psyduck, with a swim ring, and also gives you a stretching pose for your avatar. So you can always buy that as well for some more encounters. Also gives some other items that you can see listed there. But that is £5 or £4.99, should I say, closest to £5. But £4.99 or your local currency. I'm not going to bother too much with that. Psyduck should be a good enough shiny rate where you can hopefully obtain one without having to buy that ticket. Unless, of course, you really like that avatar pose, then you may be interested in buying that. But still, for me, I'm going to leave that ticket for now and carry on as we are, because, of course, we've already got the shiny now. So we don't really want the pose. So I'm not too bothered with it. So let's go ahead and accept Ali as a friend. One person sent you a friend request, Ali. We have now, and I will send you a gift as well, Ali. So you can open that up whenever you wish. So we're going to get ready with a couple of star pieces and stuff in just a moment. 5:57. So we've got a couple of minutes until we have to get ready with the star pieces. So let's just have a quick look and see if we've managed to get any 3-star Psyducks today. Now, 465 was from a research task, and that was from that events research task, and it was a 13, 14, 15, so a 93 on the IVs, quite a decent one there. And then 456 was another 3-star, but perhaps only just 11, 13, 15 there. So a little bit worse on the IVs, probably around about an 84 IV. So again, not terrible, but something that we probably wouldn't keep in the long run. But yeah, I was super happy to get that Hundo Aerodactyl yesterday. When we got home after the Max Monday and saw that was a Hundo, that was super, super cool. Especially, I don't think I've had many Hundo Aerodactyls, to be fair. Let's have a quick look. In fact, that was my first ever Hundo Aerodactyl. So that was definitely one for Hundo decks. And that will definitely be getting megaed at some stage as well. So that is super, super cool. Now, I've been given a gift. So Rev has sent me a ticket. Thank you very much, Rev. I don't know if you're watching this, but thank you very, very much for that, Rev. I do much appreciate that. So we have now got the Beachside Premium Time Research, thanks to my good friend Rev for gifting me that ticket. And we can start working through this as we are doing a Spotlight Hour, which is super, super cool. We can have a look at the task now. We've got take a snapshot of a wild Pokemon, and the encounter would be, I'm guessing, the Psyduck wearing the swim ring. We have catch 5 Pokemon for 15 raspberries. We have take a snapshot with your buddy for, again, I would assume a Psyduck with a swim ring. Then we have catch 10 Pokemon for Pineabs. Play with your buddy, again, probably another Psyduck encounter. Feed your buddy would be another Psyduck encounter. Catch 15 Pokemon for 5 Golden Raz, and catch 20 Pokemon for those Great Balls. So we'll do all those as well during this live stream as well. So big shout out to Rev. Didn't have to gift me that ticket, but I really do appreciate it. So thanks very much for that, Rev, if you are watching. But so we have got now 1 more minute until the Spotlight Hour starts. Let's get those star pieces on. We're going to have an hour's worth. And Trubbish, we just want to go check as well. Trubbish, let's see what typing Trubbish is. It is a poison type. So let's go and evolve a poison mega to try and get a few more XP as well. So if we go poison and mega free, we can see that we've got quite a few here. And of course, we might as well do Gengar, because why wouldn't we? Gengar, poison and ghost. Let's mega evolve him. Unfortunately, he doesn't keep his Bayonetti costume, but that would be super cool. And it looks really weird when you can see his little legs at about looks super out of scale, his little legs. But still, I always thought that he didn't have rear legs until, of course, they, for some reason, changed it on the game and they made it so that he didn't sit too close to the ground. But yeah, he has tiny little legs, Mega Gengar does. But there we go, we have now 6 PM. We have got this Spotlight Hour started. And let's go ahead and stick a Lucky Egg on and that Daily Adventure Incense. And we'll also use Roar of Time. Let's get that extended. So Roar of Time, there we go. And let's extend that for the next half an hour. So both that Lucky Egg, Star Piece, and Daily Adventure Incense will be extended for another half an hour now. So let's get catching these Trubbish. So how easy are we going to be to catch? Are we going to have to use a bit of a better ball, or are we going to be able to catch these in Pokeballs? Well, critical to caught that one. Let's see how much XP and Stardust we get. 4,340 XP and 2,250 Stardust. That is pretty insane. We are on 37.5 million Stardust at the moment. Let's see what we finish on at the end of the hour. That would be pretty insane if we keep catching these. So we just need to get our throwing range right to be able to get these. So let me know in the comments if you have already done Spotlight Hour where you are. Did you get much Stardust during that hour? Or did you manage to even get a shiny during that hour? Let me know in the comments. But Celio is from a catch 10 Pokemon task that we had in. So we have Trubbish, which is struggling to be caught in Pokeballs. We'll keep trying to use Pokeballs for now. We may have to switch up to either Great Balls or Ultras if we are struggling to stay in. But hopefully we'll be okay. Now, of course, if it is weather boosted where you are, Trubbish, if it is weather boosted, you'll also get additional Stardust as well because of it being weather boosted. Unfortunately for me, it's not weather boosted. May mean we're a little bit easier to catch with them being around about 5 levels lower than what we would have been if we were weather boosted. But still, that Stardust boost from the weather boost would be really nice this hour. So yeah, we are going to switch up to Great Balls. And I think we've got Remember Last Ball on, so that should stay on Great Balls now, and it has. So catch 15 Pokemon, we've done that task. And we are heading towards that catch 20 Pokemon. It's quite nice having a catch Pokemon task in, because at least you can see if your quick catches worked. Still trying to spin these Pokestops just to regain a few of these Pokeballs back, what we're using. Now, for the last few weeks, we have actually mixed it up and gone a little bit of a different route during Spotlight Hour, but tonight we've gone a bit more of a conventional route, back to our old route somewhat, and that was obviously mainly to get the Pokestops. This is a main sort of strip where I am, where we get the most amount of Pokestops to try and see if we can pick up any of those Psyduck tasks. But again, we've been a little bit unfortunate that we've only picked up a couple, or one in fact, with background. But we are going to try and find some more on the way back and see if we can hopefully get lucky and pick up some of those Psyduck tasks. Now, I think as well, with us having a lucky egg on, I think we are going to interact with a few people today in terms of best friend as well, which will be quite cool. We'll check that out in just a moment as we get Slowpoke from the research. And we can also start ticking off some of these research tasks down here. So we've collected all the berries from that ticket that Rev gifted us. And we've got power up Pokemon 8 times, defeat 8 Team Go Rocket members, complete 32 timed research tasks. So again, we should be able to work through those as we pick them up. Now, also during Spotlight Hours, it's a bit similar to Community Days, where of course a featured Pokemon gets featured in the wild, but unlike Community Days, we don't get the shiny boost. So whatever the shiny rate is for the Pokemon that is featured normally, that will remain the same shiny rate. So Trubbish, unfortunately, is full odd shiny, which means it's 1 in 512 chance of being shiny, and that is a little bit annoying, but hopefully you can pick up one this evening during the Spotlight Hour. If it is a shiny that you really, really want during a Spotlight Hour, there is an adventure effect which may help and increase the spawns around you, and that is Spatial Rend. Now, Origin Form Palkia, which is going to be on the raid hours tomorrow, 5 PM till 7 PM. Again, we've had that extended raid hour tomorrow because of last week's raid hour confusion or mistakes that Niantic made. We've got an extended raid hour this week, 5 PM till 7 PM tomorrow, and that will feature Origin Form Palkia. If you're very, very lucky, not only will you get a shiny one tomorrow, it's 1 in 20 for that to be shiny, as with all legendaries, but if you're very lucky as well, it may have Spatial Rend as a move, and you need that to be able to use that adventure effect. And what that does is the 2 circles that you can see appearing around my avatar here. So we have the circle now, and then it snaps, and then it goes to a bigger circle. That bigger circle is what we call the interaction circle. That is what you can interact with. So if you're so far away from a Pokestop, as long as it's within that outer circle, you can interact with it, you can spin it. But the inner circle is the spawn ring. So that is the only distance in which Pokemon will spawn within, unless you use the move Spatial Rend. If you use the adventure effect Spatial Rend, so just as I've done with Roar of Time tonight, if you use Spatial Rend instead, you will get spawns until that outer circle, so all the way until that interaction circle. So you'll get even more spawns around you at a greater distance, meaning more spawns, meaning you might be able to get more chance of having a shiny. So if it is a spotlight hour where you want a shiny because you're missing it, then it may be a really good way of trying to get more chances of doing that by using that spatial rend. So we've got winner max battle, we don't want that. Let's just catch some different Pokemon, what we saved from the research line to get that 7 different Pokemon done. We've actually got a Psyduck saved here for some reason. So that task is complete. We got Grocery Flower from that. So Trubbish does seem to be a quite far away throw. It seems really far away when you do try and throw at it, especially when you're trying to aim for an excellent. It seems a little bit awkward sometimes. So let's get these Trubbish around here. There may be a bit of stop and start as we're walking around just to try and catch up on all the spawns. Again, don't really need the shiny tonight in terms of Trubbish, but the Stardust from it would be really, really cool. And of course, if we can get a few excellent throws as well, that's even better. So if it's the first time watching the stream, if it's the first time checking out the channel, make sure to go check out all the other videos up on the channel as well. There should be loads of information videos, stuff that you may learn a thing or two from, some helpful tips and tricks while playing Pokemon Go if you're a new player. So make sure to go check those out, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on, and you won't miss the next time we go live. So there's a few more Trubbish just knocking about here, and then we'll move on a little bit further. And like I say, we'll pick up a few of these Pokestops as well. We haven't picked up any around there, so we'll go head to those ones and see if any of those are that Psyduck with that costume. So while we're doing that, let's just refresh ourselves with these. We've got quite a few buddy tasks, so let's get those done. So snapshot your buddy, play with your buddy, and feed your buddy. Even though it's already fully fed, it should still work, and it does. So there we go, 3 of those tasks are now done. And I think the only other task we've got is take a snapshot of a wild Pokemon, which should be easy to do. Take a snapshot of Rufflet here. And there we go. So all of those 4 tasks should reward Trubbish with a costume. Now I don't know if it's going to be a background. Sorry, not Trubbish with a costume. I've got Trubbish on my mind now. I don't know if Trubbish will wear a rubber ring. But no, Psyduck with a costume, all those tasks should reward us. Whether it's going to be one with a background or not is yet to be seen, but let's start going through these as the rain starts to come down around us, which is a little bit disappointing. 469 on the CP of the first one. Let's follow this catch through. My Pokemon Go is not loading, going straight to a black screen. That's a bit unfortunate, Alfie. Try to close it back down again, reopen it, make sure that your internet is working okay. Maybe just toggle your Wi-Fi on and off, or your mobile data, whichever one you're using. So I don't think that first Psyduck had a background, although it was a decent one. Let's just quickly catch the rest of them, and we'll check the IVs out in just a moment. 452, 458. And then what have we got here? Non-shiny 453. So that first one, 469, was the best one of them all. And let's see if any of these had special backgrounds. Fortunately not for that one. Neither is that, neither is that, and neither is that. But still, we've managed to get our best ever shiny Psyduck from that special research. And then we can go ahead and claim the pose as well. So let's go and claim that. So we'll equip that pose in just a moment, but I've just seen this little guy. A wild Psyduck, non-shiny unfortunately. Wonder if Alfie has managed to fix his game, whether he's managed to get on or not. So power up Pokemon 8 times. Let's do that now. We've got 4-star. We've got a Diglett. No, let's do that Aerodactyl. It'll come in more useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Maybe 9 there, but doesn't really matter. It'll get powered up at some stage. So let's do that. Let's claim that research there. And then let's carry on and see what research tasks are around us here. So we've got a research task here. This is power up Pokemon 10 times. We don't want that. Another research here. Catch 10 Pokemon. We'll keep that for now, just because it's an easy task to do. It won't reward us with Psyduck, but still, it's an easy one to do. Pokemon storage full. Terrible ordeal. Should be able to reach that one in just a second. With a bit of luck. There we go. That one is evolve a Pokemon. So again, easy task to do. As the rain starts to come down a little bit harder. It's just my luck that we try and do a live stream in the rain. That is about right for me. We'll try and stick with it as much as we can. May have to find shelter if it gets a little bit heavy. It may just mean the odd occasional wiping of a phone screen for now. Now let's evolve a Pokemon. It may have to be a Trubbish that we evolve. That will get that task done. So again, make sure to get involved in the comments below. Let me know if you've done Spotlight Hour in your area, if you've been lucky enough to get a shiny Trubbish during the Spotlight Hour, or if you haven't, have you managed to play any of the new Pokémon Concierge Event? Have you managed to get any luck with that shiny Swim Ring Psyduck? Let me know in the comments. Catch 10 Pokemon. We have got Celio yet again. From that. And let's see what the research tasks around here are. So we have A tiny, tiny Trubbish. Do quite a nice excellent throw on that one. Trying to get that Trubbish behind that stop, but it's not letting me. There we go. So we've got a few more Trubbish around here. I don't yet think we've spun this Pokestop as well. Let's get that one spun. See what tasks we've got in now. So we have take 3 snapshots of wild Pokemon. That is a Psyduck task. It's just not the one with a background. But let's do that anyway and see if we can get a nice shiny with decent stats. Of course, the minimum it can be from a research task is 10, 10, 10. So hopefully we can get one that's at least a 2-star, if not a 3-star, if we're lucky enough. So take 3 snapshots of wild Pokemon. Has it got to be 3 different wild Pokemon? Doesn't seem to work if you're taking 3 snapshots of 3 different Trubbish, I don't think. Yeah, that's not worked. It's got to be 3 different wild Pokemon by the looks of it. Let's just check that research task. Yes, it is. 3 different wild Pokemon. It doesn't say that, but it's not working for us with the 3 Pokemon that we've took snapshots of already. That's a little bit disappointing that you've got to find 3 different wild Pokemon, especially during a spotlight hour. It's going to be a little bit difficult, that is. Have we got any Pokemon from any research tests that we haven't yet collected? We haven't. So we'll stick with it for now. At least we know we don't have to keep taking screenshots of Trubbish. We've already done that. Pour me. I'm happy to see Pour me because it's a different Pokemon. It means we can get another screenshot. Or snapshot, should I say. So the other task was trade a Pokemon. We can get rid of that one. Let's see what we can get in that one remaining research space. Win a max battle, we don't want that. Spin 5 Pokestops or gyms, again, not a very good one. Easy one to do, but not a very good one when we're wanting to try and find those Psyduck tasks. So just bear with me just a second as we try and climb over and through a couple of woodland footpaths. Haven't come this way in quite a while, and it seems that it's got quite a bit overgrown since the last time I came this way. Needs a little bit more maintenance around it, but we managed to get through. So there's a Celio here, which will be our 3rd snapshot, meaning we get an additional space free, and also meaning we get that Psyduck encounter. Can it be blue? It isn't, but it's not a bad one. 467. 469 was a 93, so 467 is going to be up there. Maybe 91 or 89 IV, depending on how the stats are. So how good is this one? It's a 96, in fact. So better than the Psyduck that we had previously, even though it's got lower CP, and that's all down to that attack stat. So if you get a Pokemon with an attack stat, it will no doubt be a lower CP, a high CP, but it will fall down in other places. Whereas if you don't get an attack stat, you'll probably get closer to the hundo. But whether you want that attack stat or not, it's completely up to you. But I always try and get the ones with that attack stat. Always try and get 15 attack. So what is that research stop there? Let's catch these few remaining Trubbish around here and find out. Hatch an egg. Again, we'll keep our one in for now. We can always get rid of it if we need the task space available. But for now, we'll keep it. So there's a Trubbish there next to that rocket. And we actually need to do that rocket. We may do that now, because we need to defeat 8 Team Go Rocket members, I think. Which, the way it's worded, I'm guessing means that you can do a rocket leader and it counts, because it's just members and not grunts. So I'm guessing when you do Arlo, Cliff or Sierra, that they still count to that task. I'll have to try that out to be 100% sure. So after we've done this, we will just check out that new pose as well. Of course, Rev gifted us a ticket, which is very much appreciated, just before the Spotlight Hour started. And we'll check out that pose that we've just earned ourselves from that timed research ticket. And I think it was a stretching pose or something along those lines. So let's see how cool that is with our avatar. And we may get rid of that quick catch on. I don't know why I quick catch shadows. I get so used to quick catching that when I quick catch shadows, it's just like, oh damn, that might have run away. But no, luckily for us, we did quick catch it. So let's check out that pose, and we might get rid of this helmet as well. So style, hat, let's get rid of that. Let's go back to the white hat. Have we got a white cap here that we used to wear? Can't remember whereabouts it was now. Did we save in outfits? Wardrobe, there we go. No, we haven't saved anything. That's a little bit annoying. I'm sure I saved it at some stage. So let's scroll down and get a nice white hat on. That will go with this outfit. And we'll go for maybe that one. No, we'll go no hat. And what we'll do is we'll change our appearance so that we've got white hair. There we go. That looks pretty cool. And accessories, we will put on that and glasses. I think it might look cool in glasses. No, we'll leave them off. We'll leave them off for now. So what is this pose? Let's have a quick look and see. We've got a stretching pose. And that is actually a pretty cool pose. Yeah, I'll give you that. That is actually a pretty cool pose. So it's sort of stretching out before battle. Just doing a bit of stretch. Would look pretty cool in a raid lobby battle, that would. Just stretching out before you enter a raid lobby. Pretty cool. Thanks very much again for that, Rev. Do really much appreciate it. And again, for anybody watching the channel who's new to the channel, and all those that aren't new to the channel, in fact, anybody who's already been a regular viewer on the channel, really big shout out to you, much appreciated. But we've got some very, very cool videos coming up this week on the channel, including some Pokemon Go, or Pokemon card packs, should I say, not Pokemon Go, Pokemon card packs. So Pokemon TCG, we are going to be opening some packs. We're going to be opening 3 of those Pokeball tins that I haven't opened. I've kept them for over a year now, and they are just sat on my side. We're going to be opening those. We've also got a mystery subscription box to open, so we don't have a clue what's inside that. It's going to be a bit of a random surprise. We've got that to open, and we have a very, very cool thing to open, and that is the Pokemon Chinese Volume 3. So that's the one with the Gengar and the Pikachu. So the 151 set, the Chinese exclusive cards, we've got those. We've took delivery of some of those. They weren't very cheap, but we've took delivery on a jumbo pack, I think it's called, or a slim pack, whichever one that's got 15 in it. So 15 packs of cards. Each card pack has around about 5 cards in it. And we may get very, very lucky and pull that very, very cool looking Pikachu Chinese card where it's got Gengar hidden behind the tree. So that is the one I'm going to be after. So it is a Volume C or Volume 3, whichever you want to say, out of the Chinese 151 set. We've got one of those boxes to open as well. So all that's going to be coming on the channel in the next week or so. So make sure to subscribe and check that out when it comes out. But loads of pack openings to do over this next week or so. So yeah, very, very cool content on the way if you like your Pokemon card opening packs. So explore 2 kilometers from that Pokestop. Not a very good one yet again. Not anything that gives us a Trubbish, a Psyduck encounter, should I say. Again, Trubbish on my mind once more. So it's still raining quite a bit, meaning we have to keep wiping the phone screen every now and again, so I do apologise for that. Hopefully it's not affected anything in terms of audio quality or anything like that. Hopefully that's still okay. We'll also just catch these ones around here for now. So we caught all these, I think we have. New one just appeared there. So let's go check out these friendship levels. So you can easily find out who you are going to level friendship with by typing in friend level. So we'll go and do that now. So if you go friend level and level 2, or level 1 shall we start off with. And you can organise it, obviously, lowest to highest. And there's nobody there we're going to go friendship level with. Friendship level 2. Are we going to go friendship levels with them? No, but maybe tomorrow. We'll open that gift later. Friendship level 3. We've got a couple here that we're going to go best friends with. So let's interact with these and trigger that best friendship while we've got those lucky eggs on. And have we got any more? We've got one there. So again, we'll wait for that later on. But those should now populate through in just a second. There we go, 300,000 XP. Another 300,000 XP. I don't know why it's come up there with a white box. I'm guessing that's normally the place where it says best friends. Don't know why that's done, a bit of a visual glitch there. So definitely the easiest way to level up on Pokemon Go is by having friendships like that you can just level up to best friends, because 300,000 XP for opening a single gift. Of course, it's took quite a few days to get there, but still, it is a lot of XP for not doing much work at all. So of course, with all the new leveling systems coming on Pokemon Go on October the 15th, a brand new way of leveling up and a new level up system, with all that coming into play, make sure to try and get yourself a few more friends on the game if you've still got spaces left available, to try and level up those friendship levels and earn that XP through that, because like I say, it is the easiest way to level up on the game in my opinion. So we'll head over this direction because we haven't yet checked any of these Pokestops around here. And we'll see if any of these are that Psyduck task. Now we're going to focus mainly on catching these Trubbish because of the Stardust, except if there's a Galarian bird appear on that daily adventure incense. Spin 5 Pokestops or gyms, that is not a task we want to be keeping hold of at this moment in time. What was the other task we got in there? Hatch an egg, we can go to that one instead. Let's keep the Spin 5 Pokestops or gyms just because it's so easy to complete. And we do still need to complete so many tasks for that XP celebration time research. So it's the easiest one out of the current ones around us to complete. Again, another excellent throw on Trubbish. Still managing to get the odd excellent throw. Should be able to interact with stop now, so let's see what this task is. Defeat 3 Team Go Rocket Grunts. Not a stop that we want to be keeping hold of. We'll get rid of that. So we've got a couple more Pokestops up this direction that we need to interact with. So let's get these Trubbish here. As we pick up these Pokestops around here as well. So we've got power up a Pokemon 20 times, which is not one we're going to keep hold of yet again. So again, these Psyduck tasks are very, very rare and exclusive by the looks of it. Only some Pokestops have them. Didn't realise how rare they were going to be until now. But yeah, very, very rare to try and find these stops. So we'll just catch up on the spawns around here at this moment in time. Again, just throwing a little bit too short on Trubbish. You really do have to throw it virtually to a maximum range to be able to reach it, which means it's even harder to try and get it just right for the excellent throw. So explore 2 kilometers. Again, not one we've got to keep hold of for now. Excuse me. So it's virtually, when you throw it at Trubbish, you've virtually got to be your fingers at the end of at the side of the phone screen when you let go of it, because you're having to throw it that far and get it to curl back in just in the right range for an excellent throw. So it is a little bit annoying to do. Just end up losing the odd one every now and again. But I'm hoping that most of these that we're hitting excellent throws on are staying in the ball. Not many seem to require 2 balls to catch, especially after having switched into these great balls. There we go, excellent throw on that occasion. Got my range all wrong for Eevee now. Now we've been trying so hard to throw the ball really far for Trubbish. When you get something quite close like an Eevee, it just goes completely wrong. Let's see if we can try Eevee again this time. A little bit of a softer throw, still too much on it. Rupert, a little bit better, but still perhaps not enough on it at that time. So a couple more research tasks around here that we can start to interact with. First one gets that spin 5 Pokestops done, and it is a winner raid task, so very cool to pick up one of those. Let's see if we can find another one of those. 3 of those would be a very, very cool set of tasks to have. All of those will grant me, well, the current 2 ones that we've got will grant the background Psyduck. So hopefully we can find a 3rd one just to finish off a very nice set before we end up doing a raid. Can't quite reach that one just yet. There we go. That one is take three snapshots of wild Pokemon. Now that is different Pokemon, even though it doesn't say it, as we found out before. And that is another Psyduck task. So 3 Psyduck tasks. That snapshots one doesn't give you the background Psyduck. We have now completed 12 kilometers as well. So let's scroll down there, click that one. And we have another Pour Me, which will be another snapshot. Perfect timing for a different Pokemon to appear. We could just do one more different Pokemon appearing now to be able to finish that research task off nicely. Let's spin this gym while we're here. Nice shiny Wiglet. Super annoying, I never managed to get one of those myself. But it is such a cool shiny. Oh, I should have took a snapshot of that. So I just caught a Doromaka without taking a snapshot of it, and that snapshot would have meant we completed that research. Why didn't I do that? Sometimes you just forget these things. Muscle memory and all that. Nimble, that'll still do it. So Nimble does that task. Not a blue duck with a rubber ring, but 463. Won't be an amazing one, but still be a 3-star nonetheless, I would assume. Let's just check that out. Nice little 3-star, 14, 13, 13 armor stats. Not a bad little 3-star that. So another new Pokestop to interact with coming up. Let's see what this one rewards us with this time. Win a raid, but unfortunately not the event task. So we're going to get rid of that, because it won't be Psyduck wearing a swim ring. Instead it'll be something completely different. Maybe a Skidoo, Skamori I think can also be on that one at this moment in time. So we'll avoid that one for now. We just want to focus on the Psyduck tasks during this event. Like I say, trying to get a shiny off research task, even better if it has a special background with it. So a few more Pokestops up this direction. We've got 12 minutes left on the Spotlight Hour, of which we haven't yet managed to get a shiny. Could do a check-in to see if we've got any hundos, in fact, so far during this hour. We'll do that in just a second. Let's do that now. So 4-star, no hundos this hour. But we started The hour on 37.5 million Stardust. We have gained nearly 400,000 Stardust during this hour so far. And we've still got quite a bit to do. Just over 10 minutes left. So still chance to get 500,000 at this rate. Storage is yet again full, getting filled all up with those Trubbishes. Rev, hey Danzo, hope the ticket came to you. How's the spotlight going for you? Yes, thanks so much, Rev. We received that just before the spotlight hour, so really do appreciate that, mate. Spotlight hour is going pretty well in terms of, not in terms of shinies, but in terms of Stardust. We are getting loads of Stardust. We've had about 400,000 Stardust so far in the first 50 minutes. And we're trying to aim for 500,000 by the end of the hour. Now here's a Rubber Ring Psyduck, no shiny. But yeah, the ticket was very much appreciated, Rev. Thank you very much again for that. Super cool pose, and we've managed to get our best Psyduck as well from that ticket, a 93 IV, 15, 12, 15 I think it was. Let's just double check on that. There it is, 369. That's from that 96, should I say. 15, 13, 15. So even better than what I first thought it was. So yeah, that is the best Psyduck I've managed to get so far this event. And yeah, that pose looks really cool, that stretching pose. Quite sure it will look cool in a raid lobby. Sort of warming up for the raid which is about to start. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, thanks again for that. How is the spotlight hour going for you? Let me know in the comments. If you've already played it, if you're currently playing it, or if you're yet to play it, let me know in the comments down below. We've got 8 more minutes remaining. Got a task here to earn 10,000 Stardust. Should be pretty easy to do during the spotlight hour. With over 2,000 Stardust per catch with a star piece on. $666 Trubbish. Lucifer is nearby. There we go, 10,000 Stardust done. And now we can spin that next Pokestop. Is it win a raid? Are we going to get 3 winner raids in for a chance of that shiny Psyduck? Well, it's win a raid, but it isn't the event one. So pretty much the same situation as what we had before, if not exactly the same situation. Another winner raid task, but not the event one, which is super annoying. Could have really done with another event one there. But we'll keep our eye out, we'll carry on and try and get some more Pokestops. There's a few more up here on my right. We'll try and get 3 of those winner raid tasks in. Those are the tasks that give you the Psyduck wearing that swim ring, but with a background. They are the only tasks that you can get that background Psyduck from during this event. There's another task which you can get Psyduck from, and that is take 3 snapshots of Pokemon. Now, from my findings, they do have to be different Pokemon. You can't do 3 different Trubbish. They have to be 3 completely different Pokemon. So different Pokemon entirely in the wild. And from that you get Psyduck wearing that rubber ring, but not with the background. So there's one task that gives you a background, win a raid, and one task that gives you no background, and that is take 3 snapshots of wild Pokemon. So make sure to keep an eye out for those during this event. Five more minutes remaining. Let's have a quick check again on the Stardust count. We are 50,000 away from hitting 500,000 Stardust within the hour. That is pretty good going. That is pretty good going. Can we get there before the Spotlight Hour finishes at 7 PM? 38 million Stardust is what we need to get to be able to achieve that. We started this hour on 37.5 million, just over. So if we can finish on just over 38 million, that'll be 500,000 within an hour, which is very, very good going. Couple more X and throws, that's very nice. Helps with the XP. I'll check what XP we're currently on as well. Many of you may know that I've set myself a XP goal to try and reach by the end of the year. We are well on target, but we'll see how close we are to that goal at the end of tonight's video as well. And Trubbish just can't leave us alone this week. We had Max Monday with featuring Dynamax Trubbish yesterday. We've got Trubbish Spotlight Hour tonight. And right next to me at this moment in time, we've also got another Dynamax Trubbish on this power spot. Seems to be surrounded by bags of rubbish this week. Are we going to finish with 500,000 XP? Sorry, 500,000 Stardust during this hour? Are we also going to finish with a shiny as one of these last few remaining ones that we're going to click on? Be that very nice shiny. We've been very lucky with shinies recently, but we haven't had one this hour so far. 3 more minutes left to change that. Do you think we've done enough to get to 500,000 Stardust within the hour? Hey Lucy Logan, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Rev said, let's go, 96 Psyduck. I did a bit of Spotlight Hour, nothing crazy. Walking to home from work, I got the 90% Psyduck with the background. Wow, that is super, super cool. Congrats on that. Huge congrats. That is definitely something I want during this event, is a shiny Psyduck with the background. I managed to get 2 shiny Psyducks so far today. One on my one of my second wild click, and one around about 2 or 3 clicks later. So very, very lucky on the first 5 clicks of Psyduck to be able to get 2 wild ones, but of course none with the background. Now I think you can only have the background from the winner raid task, I believe. Of course you can obtain it through that special or that free event timed research. That will be on the events tab in your game. Once you get to the end of that research, you'll get an encounter with Psyduck, or you'll get 2 encounters beforehand with costume Psyduck, and you'll get 1 encounter at the end, and that 1 encounter that you get at the end will have the background. Mine was an extra large non-shiny, but if you're lucky enough you may land on a shiny one with a background from that. Into the last few seconds of the Spotlight Hour. Catch these few remaining Trubbish. And let's see if we've managed to do it, if we've managed to get over that 500,000 Stardust during the hour. So it has now turned 7 PM. Let's see if we've done it. Let's go onto our Pokemon, click on Trubbish, and we've managed to do just over 500,000 Stardust during the hour, around about 512,000 in fact during the hour. So very, very good amount of Stardust during the hour. In terms of XP, let's have a quick look and see what we're currently on. Like I say, many of you may already know, but I set myself a crazy target at the start of this year. We started the year on 541 million, and I set myself a ridiculous target of trying to get to 1 billion XP by the end of the year, and we're well on track for that. We are currently sat at 943.5 million XP, so super cool amount of XP that we've managed to obtain so far. We've now actually moved our target up from the end of the year to try and reach 1 billion XP to around about October time. So we're going to try and aim for the Halloween event, and that is trying to coincide with the possible return of Gengar, maybe in a costume form. I know we've had a couple of Halloween events in the last few years where we've had different costume Gengars appearing on raids, or maybe we might get a return of Gigantamax Gengar. But either way, it'll be super cool to get to 1 billion XP by doing something with a Gengar. That'll be a super cool way of doing it. Lucy Logan is in the chat. Damn, that's crazy. Yo, YT Slams. Crazy, yeah. So yeah, that has been Spotlight Hour here. We've just finished another research task, which will work well towards that XP challenge. And we've got a few more tasks that we can check up here to see if they are the research ones that we want for Psyduck. Well, there we go, we have a 547 Trubbish, and I still don't think we've managed to get a decent Dynamax Trubbish. We did 6 or 7 battles last night during Max Monday, maybe even 8 battles, can't quite remember now, but we did quite a few battles last night, used all the free particles that we had remaining over a weekend and what we obtained on the day yesterday. And we did quite a few Dynamax Trubbish, but didn't manage to get any good ones. Hundo is 571, I believe, but we never managed to get anywhere near that. I think the highest one we got was 550, I think, or 551, something along those lines. But still, not very good at all. And again, this one is another 2-star, which we saw plenty of last night. So another one to go straight to the Professor and into the Candy Shredder. And we've now completed 27 out of 32 research tasks. Now these Pokestops around here that you can see, all those ones, we'll collect those later on, but we'll head down to these 2 here to see if we can find another winner raid. And like I've said many a times tonight, that is a quest we are wanting, because that is a quest with Psyduck with a background. So Psyduck wearing that swim ring with a background is on winner raid. So let's see if we can get 3 of those in before we finish the stream tonight. And we may be able to do a raid if there's one about. Unfortunately not, but still, don't worry. If we do manage to get a shiny Psyduck with a background, I will definitely be screen recording that and posting that up on the channel. So definitely keep an eye out for that. So if you haven't already noticed as well, I have now joined TikTok. We are now on TikTok, so make sure to go check that out as well. The username for TikTok is exactly the same as YouTube, Danzo Biggins. Make sure to go check me out on TikTok. Quite a few of the videos get posted both on TikTok or YouTube, but still, make sure to go check me out there and see. We might even start doing some exclusive live videos on TikTok, so make sure to go check me out there and follow me on TikTok. If you do any exclusive videos on TikTok in the next couple of days, be sure to go follow me and you won't miss out on when we do that. Now there is a Psyduck wearing a rubber ring right next to us. Is it going to be blue? Are we going to finish the live stream with a blue Psyduck? No, we're not. Unfortunately, not the case. That would have been a super cool way to finish the live stream, with a blue shiny Psyduck. But unfortunately not the case. What we can show you though is the ones that we had previously today. Maybe we can finish on a Psyduck. No, we can't. He's still appearing quite a bit in the wild. But like I said before, no chance of it having the background when you find it in the wild. It's just straight up costume Psyduck. But as I mentioned earlier, we did manage to find 2 in our first 5 clicks of Psyduck. We managed to get 2 shiny ones. So let's just check those out now for anybody who's not yet seen. So really cool shiny Psyduck wearing that swim ring. It is one of my favourite costumes that was released on the game for quite some time. Phalanx wearing a train costume was super cool during Go Fest, but this is well up there, even perhaps better in that. In fact, it's just super cool, and it's shiny, fits so well with that blue rubber ring as well. So yeah, very lucky to be able to get 2 of these. Pretty much identical stats, slight change in the attack and the HP, but the defense is exactly the same. 14 defense on both of them. But yeah, very happy to get 2 shiny so far. But we are going to be hunting for that costume shiny with the background, which Rev has already got. But we are going to try and find one ourselves, so let's see if we can. So thanks very much for everybody who's tuned in to the live stream tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed the live stream where we've played a bit of the Pokémon Concierge Event as well as the Trubbish Spotlight Hour. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on so that you don't miss any more live videos or video updates that we put up in the next couple of days. Loads of more things coming out on the channel in the next couple of days, including those very cool Pokemon card pack opening videos, so keep an eye out for those. But thanks so much for watching. Thanks to all that have got involved in the comments.